From Upton Park, here's our commentator, Steve Dixon.
For Charlton, in goal, Bob Boulder. At 2, Darren Pitcher. Number 3 is Scott Minto. At 4, the captain, Andy Peake. At 5 is Simon Webster. 6 is Steve Gatting. Robert Lee at 7. 8 is John Bumstead. Carl Leaburn at 9. Gary Nelson at 10. And Colin Walsh at 11. The 2 Charlton substitutes, Anthony Barness and Alex Dyer. Looking now at the Brighton lineup. In goal, Mark Beeney. 2 is John Crumplin. Ian Chapman at 3. Les Briley at 4. 5 is Gary Chivers. 6 is Nicky Bissett. Mark Barham at 7. John Byrne at 8. Raphael Meade at 9. 10 is Robert Codner. 11 John Robinson. And the 2 Brighton Hove Albion substitutes, Mark Farrington at 12 and David Clarkson at 14. It looks as if Charlton have won the toss because they're kicking towards the south bank. That's the way they prefer to kick in the first half. First touch there for Colin Walsh, back to Scott Minto. And that's looking for Raphael Meade, but Steve Gatting will be there first. Walsh gets up with a good header. Leaburn won't keep it in, and Albion will have the throw. It'll be right back John Crumplin to take the throw for Brighton. Here's Robinson. Peake gets the tackle in with Briley. And now Robert Lee with a chance to bring the ball down through for Nelson. Nelson with a chance. Nelson scores for Charlton after less than a minute, 53 seconds on the clock. And it's Gary Nelson with a goal against his old club. And what a start for Charlton this afternoon. And Gary Nelson absolutely delighted. Briley forward from Meade. He's got Byrne with a touch off. Now can Byrne get the ball across? Oh, and that was a good effort on goal by Raphael Meade. It's gone out for a corner. And Charlton will need to be vigilant because in Meade and Byrne, Brighton have 2 of the quickest strikers in the second division. The chance to bring the ball out of defence for Brighton. Looking for a player to give it to. Getting in a bit of a tangle, Robert Codner. Now for Nelson and Leaburn for Charlton. Walsh spinning off to the left-hand side. Now Nelson with a chance to shoot, possibly. Beeney with the save. Gary Nelson again, strong running off the ball. And Carl Leaburn proving again what a handful he is for second division defences this season. Not too many players forward on this occasion. Only Byrne and Meade are in the 18-yard box. Away by Leaburn, up as far as Nelson. Touch off for Walsh. And now Charlton breaking with Nelson on the left-hand side. Walsh with a shot. Oh, I say, Colin Walsh carried the ball 50 yards and hit an absolute screamer with his left foot into that top corner. And Charlton lead 2-0 on exactly 21 minutes. And that, I suspect, is the best goal of the season for Charlton so far. Colin Walsh with his second of the season. And if he scored a better goal in his career, Colin Walsh, I'd like to have seen it. That was a superb goal. And 3 points here this afternoon would put Charlton into a very good position in the second division. Already 5th before this afternoon's game. Unfortunately, Cambridge won at Tranmere last night to go second. But still, there's plenty of chances for Charlton to go up the table this afternoon and consolidate their position with 3 points. Here's Lee now. Good control from Robert Lee. Colin Walsh is out to the left. Here is Walsh. Minto overlapping down the left-hand side. Good dummy run. Walsh now the chance to cross to the far post. Leaburn, touch for Nelson. Over it comes for Robert Lee. The flick down. Can Lee get a shooting chance? He can't, but he's found Minto. Minto with a chance to cross. Leaburn getting in there. Good header from Leaburn over the bar. And now Carl Leaburn with a chance to get the ball in deep into the Brighton penalty area. Simon Webster is up from the back. Webster will be the target, and there it is. For Webster gets up, and Lee gets in, and the ball stays on. And now Leaburn with a chance to get the ball over. Instead, he gives it to Walsh. Walsh trying to get the chance to get the cross in. Out for a throw-in, far side. Leaburn again. will amble across to take this one. Another huge throw from Leaburn. Webster gets up again, the flick on. Nelson! Oh, very close from Nelson. Just over the bar. Gary Nelson turning very sharply in the penalty area. And once again, it's hard to believe how Brighton were prepared to let this man go. But once again, a free kick for Brighton in a dangerous position. It's Robert Codner over the ball. Bissett and Chivers at the far post. That's where the ball's aimed. Across the face of the goal. And off the line possibly by Peake. And Pitcher with the clearance, but Brighton there with a chance. Pitcher away. Here's Codner. Good ball out to the left-hand side to Barham. And Darren Pitcher doesn't want to go back to his goalkeeper. He'll have to go out into touch, and that's what he has to do. But Brighton now with a little bit of pressure. Charlton will want to see these last 5 minutes out until half-time. Minto with plenty of time to bring that ball down, and he's looking for Leaburn down the line. Here is Leaburn. Walsh takes over, and Walsh has got the legs of Bissett. Now who's going to get in there for Walsh? Lee, it's there! No, referee John Martin has spotted an infringement. Possibly handball against Robert Lee. Byrne trying to turn, finds Chivers. Chivers on the run from the defence. The shot comes in, and a good effort by Gary Chivers. Again, Webster gets up well. Andy Peake looking for Gary Nelson, and again Nelson gets there first. Can he get it across? And not quite. And there's a little bit of argy-bargy in the penalty area. Leaburn and the Brighton captain Gary Chivers squaring up to each other there. It all looked a little bit unnecessary. But John Martin anxious that we don't have anything like that. Darren Pitcher with the throw in for Charlton. Again, Leaburn the target. The flick on for Lee. Now what can Robert Lee do with this? Closing on a goal. Oh, Gary Nelson through his legs. Across the face of the goal by Walsh. And out for a corner. A most remarkable sequence of events. Barham, a lot of space on the left-hand side, but Codner can't see him. Webster, good header. Lee has got to get there quickly and does so. And Darren Pitcher back to Robert Lee. And Robert Lee goes past Barham. And couldn't get away from Chapman. Lee with a touch on. Leaburn into Lee. Now Robert Lee's got Walsh out to his left. Robert Lee's going all the way. Good tackle from Chapman. Robert Lee looked as if he'd shimmied his way through the middle of the Brighton defence. Colin Walsh was an option. Lee decided to go on his own, but Chapman got a telling challenge in to deny Robert Lee. The flag is up on this near side, but John Martin hasn't seen it, and in fact he's given an indirect free kick. Colin Walsh's feet were too high. Square for Chapman, and Chapman with a lot of space. The drive from Chapman. Boulder, good save. And now Pitcher's got time to bring the ball forward. Leaburn now in space. Now Leaburn's got no one in support. He's looking up to get the ball across. He holds it up. Finds Robert Lee. Shipped across the face of the goal. Away by Chivers. It'll fall again to Lee. Darren Pitcher doing the overlap. Here is Pitcher. Back for Robert Lee. Pitcher almost took over. Oh, and that's neatly worked by Pitcher and Lee. The chance to cross from Robert Lee. Far post, Leaburn. Across the face of the goal, Beeney down quickly. And now it's forward. And Robert Lee, that could have bounced kinder for Charlton. But now Nelson finds Leaburn. And Leaburn's got Lee outside him. Leaburn going on. Is there a drive from Leaburn? There is. Straight at Beeney. For a moment there, Charlton looked to have a very useful situation. Nelson with a layoff to Lee. Forward again. Nelson with the chase with Beeney. And is that going to go in? Oh dear, very close indeed, but Chapman got there to hook it off the line. And Gary Nelson almost notching his second of the afternoon. Boulder with the goal kick. And that is indeed the last action of this game. Charlton taking another 3 points this afternoon at Upton Park. Charlton Athletic 2, Brighton and Hove Albion 0.
After the match, Steve Dixon asked Carl Leaburn for his reaction to the game.
Yep, we take one game at a time, and I think we played Brighton about 3 or 4 times and we've lost every time, so it's good to win this time.
Fourth in the table after 2 months, it must be well pleased in the dressing room.
Yeah, the lads have got a lot of confidence, and you know, they're taking the game one at a time. All the things are coming off, crossing, free kicks, so forth. We're having a good time.
You've got a bit of a partnership going with Gary Nelson up front, 5 goals each.
Yeah, Nelson does a lot of running, takes the pressure off me a bit, you know, gets them balls into the corner, and I can concentrate on getting the box a bit more and getting a few goals for myself.
I expect he was well pleased with getting one against his old teammates today.
Yeah, he's like, you know, he always pleased to get one goal, so he must have been pleased.
And of course the second half was a bit more of a battle for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it's to do with the wind a bit more rather than Brighton, because I think they only had one shot on target, so we had to battle the wind as well as them, so, you know, the game was a bit up and down, you know.
And 2 tough away games next week, Oxford and Southend. How do you fancy your chances in those?
Well, you know, we're just going to try and get a few points away at Oxford. It's always hard to play there, and a few points at Southend, you know, taking one game at a time.